Hey guys, happy Sunday and happy early Thanksgiving to my friends here in the States. So I hope you guys are having a glorious Sunday. I hope that you have a beautiful upcoming week as always. Before we dive into our live chat today, I would encourage you guys to check out the information box down below. You can check out who I am, Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. You can check out my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com. Maybe check out the Witchy Shop, Desert Cauldron over on Etsy. And I have put below in the description the recipe of the magical moose farts that I'm going to be making today for our little Thanksgiving celebration. So I encourage you guys to grab something to munch on, maybe a little something to drink. It could be a little hot drink. I'm actually going to make a tea, and I'm requesting from you guys a tea recipe so that I could brew up that tea. Now I have a lot of different herbs, so hopefully I would have the herb that you guys are requesting. Not making Mary Jane tea, by the way. I'm going to make other herbal tea. So yeah, let me know your favorite type of tea. What are the ingredients? And then I'll try to put that together, and that'll be my tea for our Thanksgiving get together. All right. So I have some goodies here today. As you can see, we are going to make some magical moose farts over here. And then a little bit closer over here, this will be like, I don't know, part of our Thanksgiving feast. So Thanksgiving, giving thanks and being amongst friends and family. So I'm going to make some old-fashioned cinnamon apple oatmeal. So I thought that would be really nice. And then as you can see over there, I have my mug ready to go for whatever tea concoction you guys come up with. So I'm super excited about this. I even busted out my little like Thanksgiving apron that only really comes out once a year, but I like it, so I have it. All right, so Lilith Phoenix is here. She says, yay, happy Sunday, everyone. And Riley was wishing everybody a slappy Hyundai. And then Lilith says, why slappy and not sappy? And then she said, it's a wild Tara in the kitsch. Yes. And Riley said, my bad. It should have been slappy. And then Lil says, does that mean that Sunday equals slappy Riley Day? Maybe. And then Project Refine Life is here. Oh my gosh. Hello, my friend. She says, hello, my beautiful friend. I'm so happy you're here. And Riley says, yes, moist, definitely. And Lilith said, wonderful. All right. So before we really dive into the meat and potatoes, because we're going to do food, I want to say thank you. Since we're giving Thanksgiving, thank you to all of my subscribers, all 11,000 and growing. Thank you to everybody who joins us in these live chats. Thank you to everybody who's gotten readings from me. Thank you to everybody who allows me to read for them during the live chat with our super chats and super stickers. Thank you to all of my mighty moderators. You know who they are when they pop in and out. And just like Riley, they have the wrench of destiny right next to their name. That's right. They wield the power. So thank you to you guys. And also thank you to all of my YouTube members. That would be Kayla and Nancy and Jonathan Cleese and Jolene and Duality Tales and Sea Captain 8611 and Costalini. Thank you so much. And also to my Patreon homies, Lily and Dana and Jamie and Kayla and Sugna Baby, Brandy, Brian, Palu, Crystal, Easy Does It, Joel, Linda, Casey Gritter, Oz, and Ashley. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Lilith says, thank you for your most beautiful self, Tara. Well, thank you. You can't see, I'm curtsying in my little turkey. The turkey of the show is curtsying in her turkey apron. And Riley says, I have the wrench. And Lewis says, thank you, Riley, for making Sunday's official Slapping Riley Day. Chuckles. And Very Happy Monday says, greetings. Well, hello, hello. And I am thankful for each and every one of you. And if this is your first time in our live chat or watching the replay, I'm thankful for you too. I'm thankful that you found this channel and found this little corner of the interwebs to hang out with all these wonderful people. There's a lot of great people here in this chat, just spreading their love, their goodness, their downloads, their funnies, like all kinds of good stuff. So thank you very, very much from the bottom of my turkey heart. So thank you. And Liesel, Cigar Box Guitar. Oh my gosh, Liesel is here. She says, hi, Tara. Hello, peeps. I can't stay long, but I wanted to say hi. It's been a while. I'm in the UK, but I would like to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving over the pond. Same to you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. And if you guys don't know who Liesel of Liesel Cigar Box Guitar is, she's the one that sent me that beautiful handmade cigar box guitar that I showed you guys a couple of live chats ago. So I'm still having a lot of fun playing with it. I don't think I'm confident enough to play it on camera yet, but here it is. It looks just like this. This is Liesel's handiwork. A lot of found parts, and how somebody could find parts like this and put together something so cool and so magical, I don't know, must mean she's made of magic. So thank you, Liesel. Yeah, just wonderful. Like I said, I don't feel confident enough to play. Yeah, not on camera yet. Not yet, my friends, but we'll get there. But her name is Alhambra, the name of my guitar, my little giddy. Very Happy Monday says, happy Sunday, Lilith. And Lilith says, Tara is wearing a turkey. Yes, I am. I mean, who doesn't want to wear a turkey? What kind of turkey wouldn't wear a turkey? And Very Happy Monday said, awesome craftsmanship. So cool. Yeah, you guys amaze me with all of the wonderful things that you guys create. Some of you guys have wonderful recipes. Some of you guys have wonderful arts and crafts work. Some of you guys are writers or, painters, poets. Some of you guys make things out of clay, or you whittle things. Some of you guys just make magic out of the forest, So I appreciate all of you, and I'm so glad that you could join me today. Let's go ahead and try to make sure that I have everything in order. I tried to kind of fast a little bit today so that I could eat with you guys, and make sure that all the calories that I'm storing up are going to be okay for these moose farts. So just an FYI, these moose farts are not for like anybody on a diet. It's like the opposite of a diet, but it's delicious. I mean, if you're going to go off the wagon, you might as well go off into some deliciousness. So yeah, so I will pull a card for us for this upcoming week, but also for this Thanksgiving. And some people have asked me, if I celebrate Thanksgiving, since I do have Native American heritage, and I said, I absolutely celebrate Thanksgiving, so we know that through our healing work, we can transmute our past. That's why we do shadow work and things like that, right? So if we can take, let's say, something that, people are in history are saying, maybe it wasn't such a great beginning for Thanksgiving, we can definitely transmute that energy into what we want it to be, which is the giving of thanks for our friends and our family, and the giving of thanks for the abundance that surrounds us, the giving of thanks for the Creator, the giving of thanks for, just our lives and everything that we have in it, all the experiences we have. And we can, not only celebrate it just on that one day, but we can celebrate that every day. And so I think that for me personally, that day reminds me of all the wonderful things, that have come from what some people say are really tragic events. And so we can turn tragedy into some beauty. And you guys do it each and every day with your shadow work. And so I do celebrate Thanksgiving. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull a card. I encourage you guys to pull some cards as well. But also, since we're going to gather around at the table, we're literally going to have a Thanksgiving meal together, you guys. You guys are my family. You're my friends and my family. So maybe get a hot beverage, maybe get a cold beverage. I don't know. I don't know what you guys want to do. Or like my uncle one year at I can't remember if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas, but everybody was wound up way too tight. Well, I'll have to tell you that story afterwards because it's a pretty funny story. Anyway, but yeah, grab a hot beverage, a cold beverage, maybe grab something to eat, so that we can all share in this abundance together, wherever we are in the world, whether you are in the UK, you're in Africa, you're in different parts of America. I know that Thanksgiving isn't really celebrated outside of the States, but we could still come together, in celebration of the people that we've met on this journey. Let's see. Lisa says, "Oh, it's so cool to see Alhambra in her home. Just enjoy her. I'm delighted." Oh, I do. I actually, it sits by the bed so that I can just grab it and sit on the bed and just. I mean, it's not a pretty tune, but I'm playing with it. I'm having fun. But I will make beautiful music someday. I just need more practice. Lila said, "Soon enough, we'll get serenaded." Yes. When I feel like I'm not gonna like break glass. Yes. And Riley said, "Hey Tara, I think Lilith just called you a turkey." Well, I'm not insulted. I know I am a turkey. I mean, I can't deny it. So, Lilith says turkeyceptional. Yes. I didn't, but she called herself one. Yeah. Well, I am. So, yeah. And she said, Riley is looking to get slapped. It's Slaptastic Sunday. Riley said, yippee. So weird. You're weird. Lilith says, I give thanks to be connected with y'all in such a manner. And Lisa is also with the magical giddy emojis. I love that. So, all right, well, let's pull a Thanksgiving card, a giving of thanks card, and then let's make some moose farts because we have to. Okay, so I have my Native Spirit Oracle. Actually, let me show you the decks that I have. The Autumn Season Tarot, the Native Spirit Oracle, and of course my Wally's World Oracle because Wally's World. Okay, so let's see. What can we meditate on? What can we be reminded of that we can show our gratitude towards? Just anything. I want to know. Spiritual inquiring minds want to know. Okay, let's see. So let's do the Autumn Season Tarot first. And then we'll get to our moose farts. And again, if you would like to make moose farts in your own abode, the recipe for that is in the description box down below. It's super simple. It's really not a whole lot of ingredients. It's actually almost the same ingredients as Riley's grandma's Heavenly Morsels recipe. And I have asked you guys if you wanted me to make Heavenly Morsels. I don't know if I've made Heavenly Morsels on camera yet before, but well, you'll kind of get the gist of it as I make these moose farts today. Okay. Sorry, I think I have an eyelash. Either that or I got a dysfunctional eye. My matrix body is glitching. All right. Okay, so we have Spirit Keeper of the West. I love that. And then in Wally's world, this actually was taken by my friend Cosmic Creeper, and I believe this is in the UK. I'll read her write up about it, but then I'll use my intuition with it as well. And then we have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Two of Cups. Ooh, how beautiful in this coming together, all these cups, all this love and emotion. I'm digging it. Okay, so let's put this together. I love this little dock, kind of like a jumping off point. And Spirit Keeper of the West, well, we think of, people heading out west, or the ride out west, it's where the sun sets. So there would be some sort of ending, but what happens? Well, the sun rises the next day. So there's a brand new beginning coming. So I feel like with this giving of Thanksgiving, either the holiday celebrated in America or just the celebration of giving thanks around the world. It feels like there is a lot of endings as it pertains to perpetuating certain aspects of the past that no longer serve us. And I'm not just talking about Thanksgiving holiday. I'm talking about, some of our own personal past. It could be the past that maybe hasn't really benefited people in terms of, where you live, particular country or part of the world. It could be circles that we've run with in the past that maybe weren't for our best and highest good, belief systems that we had that just didn't serve us. And I feel as though we're finally confronting a lot of that, even though maybe we've been doing some work on it. And it's like this big transmutation. I really feel that with the Spirit Keeper of the West. It's like finally the setting of the sun. Some of that served us for a lesson we needed, something we needed to understand, something that maybe pushed us into a different direction so that we can grow as human beings. Whatever it was that we needed, that sun is now setting, and we're getting ready for that brand new sunrise. And I see that as that beautiful kind of jumping off of this dock, surrounded by some green vegetation everywhere. Not a barren piece in sight. It's just good, it's beautiful, it's fertile. What some people see as just like dark muck. Well, there's a lot of beautiful things that grow out of really dark muck. You can even think of the lotus flower. You can think of, some vegetables and herbs. Speaking of herbs, I was going to ask you guys for a tea recipe. But, all of that grows from things that seem, dark, murky, but beauty comes from it. And so it's that beautiful new relationship I see with that Two of Cups and the abundance that surrounds us, the love that's all around us, helping us to transmute that. Okay, I love that message. And if you guys want to sling some cards and give us a giving of thanks message, a Thanksgiving message, then you guys can do that too. Or if you want to just channel something, downloads, definitely share. Let's see. Let's go back here. Lila says, I can't pull cards. I'm being held hostage by a sleeping feline on my legs. Oh, I know that game. I know that. Sometimes Wally or Loki or both would be on my lap. And then it's like, well, I guess this is where I die now. I'm going to starve to death. I'm going to dehydrate myself because I just can't get up now. Or like when I'd be in bed and I couldn't get out of bed and I'd be like, oh, I need to get up. And he'd be like, shh, 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 go back to sleep. And I'm like, but I don't want to sleep anymore. I miss them. Let's see. Very Happy Monday says, so that's really the name. I'm imagining hearing that. Now I must know what comprises a moose fart. Well, you shall see. It's in the description down below. And well, I guess it looks the way you would imagine a moose fart to look like, or a moose shart. I guess if you coated it in chocolate. Ooh, we can make moose sharts. Lila says, you heard right. Lisa said, 21:21 on the clock here. I love it. And Lila says, I was on a trip to Colorado Estes Park, and we encountered a herd of moose just chilling at the church lawn. Incredible animals, especially witnessing from up close. You know, I have not had the privilege to witness a moose, like real live moose. Like I've seen like cut out pictures of like, they're like, this is what a moose would look like if you were to encounter one in person, but like never like in person. I imagine it's freaking awesome. Moose-tastic. Okay. So let me put these parts to the side. Let's make our moose farts. Okay, so if you have these ingredients, by all means, make some moose farts with us. Okay, but the ingredients and the directions are in our description box, but here are the ingredients. 1 can sweetened condensed milk. If you are going to make Riley's grandma's recipe for Heavenly Morsels, you would not use this brand. You would use Eco brand, but these are moose farts. So I'm just using whatever brand because moose fart. All right. You're also going to need some vanilla extract. Yum, yum. You're also going to need some melted butter. Butter is better. Let's see. And you're going to need some graham crackers. And we're going to smash it all to pieces. So if you're feeling a little aggro, take it out in the graham cracker. We're going to do that. Okay. And then some shredded coconut. And some chocolate chips. Might I suggest the minis because these are going to be little balls. I mean, no offense to mooses. I'm sure their balls are just fine, but these are going to be small balls. Okay. And then, you know, some random baking utensils, whatever you're going to need for all of that. Okie dokies. So let's go ahead and we'll do our wet ingredients first. And then we'll do our dry ingredients in this bowl here. I might want to get a rolling pin because I said we're going to get aggro. So I'm going to beat the living daylights out of our graham crackers. That's going to be so fun. Anyway, okay, so let's see. Very Happy Monday says the travel card popped out of the Wild Offering Oracle. Gratitude is on the bottom of the deck. Ooh, I love that. That's awesome. And then Very Happy Monday said, Niece are cute. And Lisa got Queen of Cups. Ooh, I'm loving all of that, you guys. Okay, so let's open up this can. Let me get a can opener. Ta-da. Ta-da. Okay, here we go. First, this can of sweetened condensed milk. And this is no bake, so no worries. If you're like, man, I'm not very good at baking, well, then you are in luck because you don't need to bake these. You just need a refrigerator, really. You're gonna let these set. Lila says, I learned this week that predators are usually cultivated due to the size of their phallus. It's no wonder our biggest opponent has a company describing it as micro and soft. Wow. You know, somebody was like, you know, there should be a company that should be made to go after Microsoft and call it Maxi Hard. I was like, yes. Okay. I'm just making sure I get all the condensed milk out of here. I think that's just about everything. Fabulous. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me check this real quick. Okay. Do. All right. And then We're going to need a couple of teaspoons of vanilla extract, but some people say, you know, measure with your heart. I do. I like, I kind of like a lot of vanilla, so so I'm going to measure a little bit more. Okay, quarter cup of melted butter. So on most butter things, they'll give you how much of the stick of butter is how many cups. So a quarter cup is 4 tablespoons. So we're actually going to cut this right there, like so. Maybe I should open this. Okay, so 4 tablespoons is right there. I'm going to put that in that. Throw this back in yonder fridge, and I'm going to put this in the microwave for like 15 seconds or something. I've left it out pretty much most of the day, so it's nice and soft, so I don't really have to put it on too much microwavation. Okay. Okay. All right. And now we wait and just make sure the butter doesn't explode in there. Okay. All right, we're good. Yay. Okay, let me get my little handy dandy spatula. Butter. I can feel my arteries just singing. Okie jerky. All right, let's put that in the sink. Okay, we're gonna do a little mixy. Maybe I'll get a separate little thingamajiggy here. So let's mix this up. The condensed milk, the quarter cup of butter, and the quote unquote 2 teaspoons or tablespoon, whatever, of vanilla extract. So to make heavenly morsels, though, you wouldn't have any of the vanilla extract or the melted butter, because once it bakes, it's plenty sweet enough and it holds together just fine. So, okay, that looks good. All right. Perfect. Okay, so now we grab the big boil, and we're going to put a cup and a half of coconut in here. Coco. Pones la coco. Okay. Boom. There goes the cocoa. Boom shakalaka. Lilith says small balls. Lisa says the magician card. Ooh, I love it. We're making magic here too. Lilith says the size of that vanilla extract bottle is wild. That it would cost a fortune here. Well, I got it at Costco, so it was a little cheaper than if you just like get it at the regular grocery store. It was quite a bit actually, but I use a lot of vanilla, so I also have vanilla beans, so I guess I could make my own vanilla extract, but I'm lazy. Let's see. Lila says it's the worst to have your microwave all splashed with butter. Yeah, I've done that. That's how we learn. Lila says heart measured splashes. Yes. Hey, Lady Night is here. Lady Night said, hello, lovelies. Well, hello, my friend. Welcome to our little giving of thanks feast. I was just going to pour this whole bag in. Okay, so a cup and a half, y'all. Or the whole bag, maybe. Maybe it is the whole bag. Maybe I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong. It's the whole bag. That makes me so happy. I don't know why. Okay. Okay, quarter cup of graham cracker. This is where we're about to get aggro. Okay. So first, we have our graham cracker in a little package. And then you're going to take your rolling pin or your fist, I don't know, and just take it all out on you. Just beat the graham cracker to a pulp. You know, everybody needs a little tenderization in there. I'm just making it tender. Okay, that should do it. Okay, now we can bring this back. Open this up. Maybe I should have beat it a little finer. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more beating. You want as like a fine crumbs as possible for this one. If you're making heavenly morsels, maybe not so fine. Okay, cup and a half. All right, one package equals a cup and a half. Excellent. Okay, some more trash. All right, so there are some pieces that are a little bit larger. I'm going to break those down. Let's see. Very Happy Monday said, so the heavenly morsel is supposed to send us home? I'm not sure I'm ready for that. No, it brings heaven down to earth, my friend, not send you off to heaven. But I am sure that if you made yourself a daily diet of heavenly morsels, that's exactly where you'd go. Okay, so I'm just breaking them up. Don't worry, my hands are clean. Everybody's going to have my cooties. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to give this a nice little swirl. You see it looks just like that. Awesome. And then, let me just break some of those up. And then we're almost done. And then we're just going to toss it in the fridge and forget about it for 30 minutes to an hour. And probably towards the end of our live chat, I'll come back to it and we'll finish off our mousse farts. We're going to turn them into little balls and we're going to roll them in graham cracker dust. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take the liquidy stuff that we made and we're going to pour that in there. Like so. Let me get my little spatula. See if I could get the dregs. There we go. Huh? Okay. I want to mix it up with this. No. Maybe well, I really don't want to mix it up with this because it's really gooey. So I think I'm going to use a spoon. Okay. Ha! Spoon. The point is not to bend the spoon, but rather realize there is no spoon. Okay, so what you guys are going to want to do is mix it up so that everything is evenly coated. And then we're going to throw it into the refrigerator. Let's see. Lisa's saying hello to our friend Lady Night. Lila says, isn't that every Christmas Mondays? And then Lila's saying hello to Lady Night. Lila says, you're reminding me of another recipe, Tara. I'm going to send it to you soon. Awesome. I love when people send me recipes. I love to bake. I love to cook. I'm very happy Mondays is the best part of cooking. And Lila says, I'm guessing the peppermint have met their demise. They have. They have. In the most loving way possible. And Lila says, do I hear crackling wood in the background? You do. We're going to go out and have our KWT Thanksgiving meal over by the fire, which Riley has so kindly made for us. Okay, so you can see it's starting to get all mixed together there. Some of it's still uncoated, so you just got to keep mixing. Is all mixed in. Oh, there we go. I found a dry patch. Never mind. Okay, that's mixed in. Good, good. Okay, that looks evenly coated. All right, so you're gonna let that set to solidify. There we go, just get all up in there. Let it set and solidify, and we're going to take this dooley thing, which is really for cutting melon, and I'm gonna scoop out little tiny balls. Now, since it's mostly condensed milk, and sweetened condensed milk is hella sweet, so you probably want tiny balls. I mean, if you could take a bigger ball, by all means do that. But I mean, I'm trying to look out for your arteries here and your blood sugar levels. Okay. Yeah, let me get this off the spoon. Let's see. John Gross says, am I late? You are not late, my friend. Welcome to our Thanksgiving, giving of thanks get together. I'm just making our dessert right now. But this will be ready in about an hour. And Lila says, just in time, did you bring the jelly? And Riley said, not for Indian time. Yes. Lila says, small balls. Micro balls. Oh, yes. The most wee of wee balls. Okay. Fabuloso. You don't really need to cover it or anything. You're just going to slap it in the fridge because it's Slappy Sunday. Okay. Hold on. Let me make some room here. Ta-da. The fridge is now full of balls. Okay. Oh, I accidentally got graham cracker crust all over. That's fine. We'll clean that up later. I do want to mention, though, you're going to want to get one more package because once those are all the stuff that's in the fridge is solidified and you roll them into balls, you're going to actually roll that ball in more graham cracker crust or dust. So let's go ahead and beat the snot out of this. I'm just going to put these other graham crackers away before they start to get traumatized. Okay. Let's beat them. Take that, and that, and that, and that, and another thing. And another thing, and another thing. Wow, this is looking really good. You want a nice little powder, you know? Kind of the way the stuff shows up from Amazon sometimes. You're like, wow, I ordered cookies, but I got cookie crumble. That's cool. Okay. And then we're going to get a smaller bowl. Ta-da. And we're going to put that in the smaller bowl. Let's see, make sure I got everything. Okay, that looks good. So this will be when the balls are ready. You just roll them in the dust. Okay. Ta-da! Now you have some dust to roll your balls in. The most fluid live chat ever. Okay. Sorry, just cleaning up my workspace just a little bit. Okay, so this is where I'm going to ask from you guys. Tea recipe so that I have a beverage to drink while we have our Thanksgiving meal. And I do encourage you guys to share some of your favorite family, friend, holiday stories. Obviously, if you don't live in the United States, you're not going to have a Thanksgiving story, but a holiday story, you know, around this kind of ending of the Gregorian calendar time of year, for all the particular holidays that you guys celebrate. I know there are many people that celebrate Christmas. Some people celebrate Kwanzaa. Some people celebrate the Feast of St. Nicholas. Some people celebrate Thanksgiving, you know, in November. And then there's plenty of other holidays that people celebrate. So I know that you guys have some good stories. And so do share in the chat, because I want people who are going to watch the replay to be able to read some of your funny, fabulous, and maybe fantastic stories as well. So go ahead and share those while I get things set up here. And also, if you have a tea recipe, let me know what herbs, what quantity of herb. And again, not a Mary Jane tea. That's for another time. And maybe put it in all caps so I can read it quickly. And, you know, and then Riley knows he could put it up, and then that way I can read it and I can go over to my herbs and make the tea that you guys suggest. Okay. But while you guys are getting your funny holiday or fantastic, amazing holiday stories together, I'll share with you. I said I was going to go back and tell you guys about my uncle. And I can't remember if it was like Thanksgiving or Christmas. But everybody was wound up a little tight. And I'm not sure why that was that particular time of year, or that year. But my stepmom was cranky because she wanted a certain meal for, I guess this was Christmas. Maybe it really was Christmas. So she wanted people to bring certain things, you know, because it was going to be like a potluck. And everybody ended up not really bringing what she had requested, because I think she was going for more like a Hawaiian Christmas kind of thing. And I brought lasagna, like handmade, like fresh, like even the pasta itself was handmade fresh. It was pretty good. It took 2 days to thicken up that sauce. It was so fantastic. So, so she got upset and she put the lasagna in the other room because she didn't want anybody to have it, because she was like, "That's not what I asked for." So she was, you know, and then my dad was trying to calm her down, and everybody was just kind of in a bad mood. Maybe it was the weather or something, and it was just like, oh, everybody's getting together again, you know. And so like one of my uncles sees this, and he's like, he's really quiet. He just kind of sits in the corner, and he was just like scanning the room and noticing that a lot of like uptight shenaniganism was going on. And so my stepmom's like, "Well, let's all come to the table." So we're all sitting at the table and getting ready to say grace. And it looks like everybody was in a foul mood. They didn't even want to say grace. And then my uncle's like, "I've got gummies. Does anybody want a gummy?" And And my stepmom was like, "Rah, rah, rah. Oh, you got gummies? I'll take one." And then my dad's like, "Shoot, yeah, I'll take one." And I was like, what? Because I knew what the gummies were. And I was like, oh my God, my family does drugs. So so then my aunt is like, "Oh, I'll have one." And I was like, whoa. And then like 20 minutes later, everybody was so happy. They're laughing and smiling. And oh my God, I love you so much. You were like my favorite stepdaughter. I'm like, I'm your only stepdaughter. That's why you're my favorite. Like, so yeah, it was awesome. I was like, the day I was like, that was the holiday my uncle saved with gummies. And I was just like, afterwards, I was like, how did you know? And he was like, I always keep some in case of emergency, such as this. I was like, wow. Okay, so let's see what you guys have here. Woo. Um, do. Very happy Mondays was talking about the little balls we're gonna make. It says tiny wee lads. Lila says, what are you gonna do with all those balls? All those balls inside your fridge. I'm gonna throw them in crumbs. All those crumbs up in my. Anyway, it was gonna take a wrong turn. I'll just stop there. Riley said she put the balls in the coconut and she called the doctor, woke him up. And John says that there was snot in it before you got them, you might be able to get a refund for sure. And the Very Happy Monday says, you all are killing me. Okay. Why is this? Computer needs to scroll down. Okay. Lila says she put the balls in the coconut and ate them all up. And Lila says, I wonder about wild spectators in the ball heavy stream being like, yeah, people are just coming by the live chat right now and they're like, let's see, Very Happy Mondays. She said, doctor, is there anything I could take to relieve this belly ache? Woo, 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 woo. Riley says, we're melting AI. The algorithm's just like, I can do nothing with this. Well, this is not just AI, I'm sure. How do you think it became micro and soft? Very Happy Monday says, I'm dreaming of a Hawaiian Christmas. Lil says, what kind of gummies were those? The Jane of Mary's kind. Let's see. And then Annette said, Tio saved the day. Yes, he definitely did. And Melissa says, I was afraid Tio brought some balls of sorts. And Very Happy Monday says, welcome, new folks. This is a safe space. No, it is. We're just a bunch of weirdos with good hearts, but we're weird. Or maybe I just speak for myself. But no, it's a safe space. Okay, so all right, yeah. Like I said, go ahead and share some of your fun or funny holiday memories. And again, if anybody has a tea recipe, just let me know what herbs are in that tea. Listen, I am the herb queen. I have like an apothecary, and one day I'm going to have shelves and it's going to be a badass apothecary. And I'm going to have all the herbs everywhere and it's going to be just so magical. But yeah, I have all the herbs, almost all of them. And since I would like something to eat while we gather together for our holiday, I'm going to make some oatmeal. And so you might be wondering, why are we doing this whole KWT Thanksgiving / DIY moose farts? And that is because that's what you guys voted on. Those two things actually tied. It was coming together in a KWT Thanksgiving, but also you guys wanted moose farts. So we're doing both. Okay. So I probably am going to get this started first. So maybe I'll come over to You guys will be able to see over there. I'm going to turn this on like so, probably to like level 7-ish. And I'm going to put some water in here. Not too much water because all that gets turned into oatmeal. And I have my wooden spoon. Ta-da. As you can tell, I'm not a stickler for measurements. That's because I measure with my soul and my heart. Okay. And then I'm going to chop up an apple and put some ground cinnamon while that gets heated on the stove. And I'm going to use some honey. Some people like to use brown sugar. I'll just use honey. I figure it's somewhat better for me. I'm going to be eating moose farts. Okay. I'm trying to make things a little healthier. Okay. All right. So hello, apple. We're going to slice you and dice you and turn you into something wonderful. Ah, there we go. Ta-da. You know, I've had this little KitchenAid slicer for probably like 13 or 14 years. Haven't had to sharpen the blades. That's pretty cool. All right. And usually when I have like leftovers like this, I put them in a little jar, and that little jar goes out to the forest to kind of spread my scraps. All right, so I'm just going to chop up these apples because they are going to go inside my hot meal. Okay. Chippity chop. Chippity chop like Lorena Bobbitt. What? I wasn't talking about. Oh my God. Wow. He said I need a bigger machete. I wasn't talking about you, honey. Okay. Let's see. Lilith says, I'm going to send you the recipe I made for a tea blend that helps aid our monthly discomfort. Well, that's going to be just in time without giving too much TMI to the interwebs. I mean, it might be soon. So just so everybody's clear on that. Okay. I probably didn't need to share that, but that's cool. Sharing is caring. All right. John says, I believe it's healthy. Does that make it? Oh, if I believe it's healthy, does that make it healthy? Yes. Lilith says, possibly. Riley is looking to get slapped. And Liesel, oh, okay, Liesel said, one Christmas, my mom wrapped all the presents for me and my elder brother. She put them on opposite sides of the front room, mine on the left and my brother's on the right. My dad put the wrong names on the presents. Oh my gosh. Lilith said, wild. Very Happy Monday says, according to G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle, so maybe belief's the other half? I would believe so. That's funny, Lisa. Oh my gosh. Wrong names, wrong gifts. You know what? I would always get frustrated because my parents would ask me, what do you want for Christmas? Not like that made any difference because you're not getting what you asked for. But I would say things like, I wanted a football jersey, and then I wanted a football, then I wanted a basketball. I wanted rollerblades. I wanted a baseball bat. I wanted a baseball glove. I wanted to play baseball. I wanted all these things. I wanted a remote control car. I wanted like a badass bicycle. I wanted like Pee Wee Herman's. And, and my parents would get it, but it wasn't for me. They would wrap it for my brother because they were like feeling like my brother would enjoy those things. But it's like, why would I say that I want those things if I wanted my brother to enjoy those things? And I always thought it was the biggest ripoff. Not that I'm complaining that I got gifts, because I know there are people that don't get gifts, but since I was getting gifts, my parents would do this thing where they would put both my brother and I, our name on the gift tag and make us share. They're like, oh, honey, we got you a Barbie doll, but it's for you and your brother to share. I'm like, what kind of, really? Really? My brother's like, ha ha. Oh, John says, we all live with the horrors of inhabit a body. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna eat this actually, and maybe if Riley wants the other one, he could have it, or those two. Mm-hmm, 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 mm. Sorry, just making room, you guys. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're gonna make me drool. You're so weird. You're weird. Mm.
Mother dresses you funny.
What? Your mama dresses you funny. Okay, I'm gonna go back over to the place of the oatmeal times over there with my cinnamon and my honey, my other honey, and apples. Yes, get thick. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, I'll put a little bit of cinnamon. What are the measurement? I don't know until it looks cinnamon. Oh, maybe that was too much cinnamon, or maybe there's no such thing. Just enough to coat our, okay, I think a little bit more. Okay, all right, that should do us. Put that back up here. I'm over here. I'm going to be putting in some honey. Some people might put the honey once it's in their bowl. I want the honey to infuse. That's about a tablespoon and a half. I want the honey to infuse in this oatmeal. I'll bring you guys over in just a second so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Okay, that'll probably just about do it. So I'm going to put these ingredients away. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, I'll bring you guys over so you guys can see the oatmeal. Okay, ta-da! Big old chunks of apple and some oatmeal goodness with some honey and some cinnamon. I'm going to do a little taste test. That's good. So I'm gonna let that infuse, I guess, a little while longer. I'm just gonna turn it down to 6. I'll probably put a little bit of milk in it too. Hold on. There we go. I can't really do regular milk because that messes with me. So I have a little bit of almond milk. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna let that thicken up, do its whole oatmeal business. And I'm gonna then take you guys over here to a different part of the kitchen. And we're gonna make some tea. Like so. Okay. Let's see. Lisa says, ah, Tara, bless. Annette said, ah, Tara, he makes you giggle. I love it. Oh, he does. All day, every day. Let's see. John's like, chumps of goats. Almond is the best milk I might offer. Yes. Okay, I'm going to turn this down a little bit more to about a 1Z. Okay, just down to low. Okay, so now I'm going to fill this up. This is like my super fast filler-upper kettle. Okay, so maybe I'll get creative with the herbs. So you guys let me know. Do you want me to make a tea that's on the spicy side, the just plain tea side, or more floral? So spicy, plain, or floral? Just go ahead and put that in there. Annette says spicy. Okay, we'll do a little vote. We'll do a little vote. Just type spicy, plain, or floral, and then I'll come up with a concoction for you guys. I will wow you with my herbal knowledge. And of course, I have my little spoon that I make all my teas with. Did somebody make note of when we put our mousse balls into the fridge? I guess I just take them out when they're hard. Wow, this live chat is lewd. Anyway, Very Happy Mondays concurs. Spicy. Lilith says, what do you feel like having? Oh, I could have anything, really. Spicy, plain, or floral. I could go either ways. John said, floral is my vote. Okay, so we have 2 for spicy, 1 for floral. Do we have any more votes? Oh, let me get my tea strainer. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in a little strainer. It looks just like this. I got this one from, it's a company called The Witch's Moon, and they have like monthly boxes that they make. So back when I was subscribed, I had gotten this tea strainer, and it says, let your spirit unfurl. It's like a little leaf. I think it's cute. I thought it went with like the leaves on my mug, you know, little autumn leaves. Okay. Mind Over Number says, hey, Soul Fam, what's cooking? Well, we have some mousse farts that are just hardening in the fridge. Not really cooking. I guess they're just getting hard. And then we're going to be making a tea. And then the oatmeal that I made, the cinnamon apple oatmeal, honey and oatmeal, is on the stove, just getting thick. Wow. I cannot believe I wasn't thinking about all of that when I decided to put all that together for the live chat, that, you know, my oatmeal would have to get thick, my balls would have to get hard, and yeah. And then we were going to get lit with tea. Okay, so Riley says, I'm going with floral because it rhymes with moral. John says, which runes with oral as in how you consume it? Or what rhymes with oral as in how you consume it? Moral. I guess we're going to consume it morally. All right, so let me turn on my hot water there. So it looks like we were spicy, spicy, floral, floral. We'll make a spicy floral. Okay. I think I want to put a cinnamon stick in here for floral. Okay, so let's do that. I mean, for spicy. And then the rest I'll put into the tea strainer. So I have my cinnamon sticks. So here's a cinnamon stick. Boom, that's just going, boom, shakalaka. That's going in there. And then, let me back you guys up just a tad so you guys can see what little concoction I'm going to make. Okay, let me go get a few herbs, floral and spicy, and I think it's going to come together swimmingly. Swimmingly. Okay, so let's go with Star Anise. I like cinnamon and Star Anise together. For the floral, gosh, let's go with my roses that I cultivated from my house in San Diego. And let's go with elderberry. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm coming around so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right now I'm just a disembodied voice, I understand. Okay, so I am going to take a, where's it? Nice little star. I'm going to take a little Star Anise. That little guy is going to go right in here. It's got a little bit of a licoricey taste, but like a spicy licoricey. And even though I'm not a fan of licorice, I think that the rose and the elderberry is going to temper it. And also, I think that cinnamon has a bit of a sweetness to it, even though it's considered spicy. So I'm going to put some elderberry in here. Not too much, just a little. Elderberry is really good for the immune system, but it's also for prosperity and healing. And what is Thanksgiving all about? And celebrating our prosperity, our abundance, and it's about healing coming together. So these red roses are actually from my old house in San Diego. So I'm just going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is a nice grounded, stable number. And I'm just going to crunch those up and put them inside my little strainer. All right. Ta-da. And it looks like our hot water is ready to go. And we'll just pour that water in there. So I'm going to let that steep for a little bit, though. And it looks like we can then head out to the living room. Okay. So we'll go there. Leave this for our moose farts. Handy dandy moose farts. Oh, so I have to then add the tea recipe to the description so that people watching the replay can get the tea recipe as well. And knowing that you guys voted on spicy and floral. So that is what we are doing. Okay, so that's going to steep. Head back over here. We're going to serve some oatmeal. So I do encourage you guys to grab something to eat, get something to drink. Let's have a meal together. Okay, I could probably turn this off now. All right. Oatmeal time. There you go. Now you can see what I'm doing. Yummy, yummy. Okay, there's enough for one more bowl in there if anybody would like some in the house. I guess I'll just leave the lid on. Okay. All righty. Okay, give me uno momento. Boop, boop. Okay, and I'm gonna get us situated over by the fire. And then once we finish our meal, that should be enough time for the moose farts. Although let me just take a quick check and see how firm they are. Yes, I'm gonna go check on the firmness of the balls. They're getting moss firm, so that's good. I dig it. Oh, by the way, I have these little coasters for my tea that is like Star Trek cats and dogs. So we have Doggy Anna Troy because I'm a nerd. All right. So let me go get this situated over at the table and we'll start our feast together. Here I come. Do, 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 do. Okay. I'm bringing my decks with me. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. And then I got to bring you guys with me. Let's see. Hold on, let me go back and see what you guys were saying. My number says, not the weekend I was expecting, but the one that was needed. Nice. Lilith says, that's what she said. And Riley says, why, thank you, Lilith. May I please have another? John says, question, is vanilla floral considering it's the seed pod of an orchid? I would consider it floral and savory. I would. Me personally, I would. Very Happy Monday says, yay, is this a spicy floral experiment? It sure is. And Lilith says, do I have to grab my whip out of storage? And Riley says, nah, we got plenty here. We do. Anyway, Lilith says, wild. Not surprising though. Very Happy Monday says, like Wonder Woman with her golden lasso. And my number says, you should probably see a doctor if you have a spicy floral arrangement. It was spicy. Annette says, I've got to run to the market. I'll be back. All right, we'll see you back, my friend. Lilith says, come back soon. Enjoy the market. And she said, mind over number 47-1982. Is that like 1111? Oh, wow. Nice. And John says, seconds time, 1111 made itself known in my world today. Oh, the second time that's happened. Synchronicity always happens in this chat. My number said, not exactly. Each part of the date holds its own significance. So with 1982, the highest expression is actually 92. 11 is the lowest or karmic tone. Ah, fascinating. And Lila says, oh, John, message. She said, intriguing, thanks. Nice. Okay, so let me take you guys over yonder with moi. Here we go. We're just traveling to the living room to go have our little dinner. Okay. Doot. All right. And I put my laptop down. Sorry, I got the laptop all crummy. Okay. And I plug this baby in. Ta-da. Okay. And we do have our little fire crackling back there. Let me go turn out this light and grab our decks. Do. All right, got our decks. Okay, here we are. having our little Thanksgiving meal. So with you guys. So this is my apple cinnamon oatmeal, and then this science experiment tea of rose, star anise, cinnamon, and elderberry. We'll see how it tastes. um, let's see. Mind over number said, so if you add the low notes, 4 plus 7 plus 11, that makes 22. Oh. And Lilith says, I hope you don't mind me asking mind over number, which in turn turns into a 4, right? Oh yeah, the 2, the 22. Oh, we should probably say what we're thankful for before we eat. At least that's what we used to do at my house. So if you guys have something to munch on, please join in Thanksgiving meal with us, and something to drink, hot or cold, or whatever, or maybe it's a smoothie. I don't know. And let me know what you are thankful for. So go ahead and put it in the chat. I will say for me, I'm thankful for like everything. I'm thankful for the place I live in. I'm thankful for Riley. I'm thankful for my friends, for my family. I'm thankful for just hopefully there's going to be snowing soon. I'm thankful for, I don't know, basically all the magic that's just kind of come alive. On this journey that I'm on. I'm thankful that if I ever need to eat, there's a pantry full of food. If I, feel cold, I have jackets to wear. I'm thankful that, if I need something, I have the ability to go and get whatever that is that I need. So yeah, I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful that I can share this journey on the interwebs with with my family here, you guys. So yeah, thank you. Let's see. Mind over number says, oh, not at all. I answer your questions all day, every day. It helps me as well. And Lila says, how does it turn into a high? Oh, the high expression of 92, talking about some of the numerology. And Lila says, I'm thankful for the heavy innuendo stream of today. I mean, I didn't mean for it to be heavy in innuendo. That's just kind of what happened. Okay. So you guys continue to post things that you are thankful for. And let me try this oatmeal. Very good, very good. Mind over number says identical digits like 22 have a stronger impact than their lowest tone, 4 in this case, because it's mirroring itself. So the 22 or the 2 here is showing an internal state matching the external world. Ooh, very good. Mm-hmm. Let's see how our tea turned out. It might be burning lava right now, but we'll see. Smells good. You can really smell the anise and the cinnamon, very faintly the elderberry. It's very faint still, so I'll probably let it steep a little while longer, especially with the cinnamon stick. It takes a little longer to steep. Lilith's like, whoa. And Very Happy Monday says, thankful for all the things and the stuff above and below. Yay, God, respectfully. And Lilith says, she was wondering if it works for the same, like for the year 1991. So, wow, some wonderful things that you guys are thankful for. Continue sharing. I'll continue reading them. Again, thank you for joining me with this KWT Thanksgiving. And if you guys want, you guys can pull cards for each other too. If you would like, we'll still do super chats and super stickers. In fact, we can do that now while we're waiting for our moose farts to solidify so I can roll them into balls and then roll them in their crumbs and then we can enjoy them. But yeah, while I'm having some oatmeal and some delicious tea while I let that steep a little while longer, we can do our super chat, super stickers. And also, if you want somebody in the chat to read for you, you could do that too. Be like, um, very happy Mondays. Can you pull a card for me? You know, or but it has to be reciprocated. So, like, let's say if you do ask, we'll use very happy Mondays because the person's in the chat. So if that person pulls a card for you, then go ahead and pull a card for them. Or if you don't use cards and you just you get the messages just directly, go ahead and share those messages. So that way, we're just kind of sharing in our gifts as well, sharing in our abundance, our wealth of knowledge. Hmm. Um, John says, should I make the gruel from the Matrix for Thanksgiving? Hmm. Thanksgiving gruel. Sure. Mm. Mm-hmm. I remember seeing that gruel. It was like, well, I hate to say that my oatmeal looks like gruel, but it was like, I remember that. Mm. Lisa says, I'm thankful to be here amongst us all. It's my first experience of Thanksgiving. That's blessed. Awesome. Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you, Lisa. Very Happy Monday says, when great things happen that you didn't expect, thankful for good surprises ahead. Very nice. And the Mind Over number was talking a little bit more about the numerology, like with 1982. When you consider the placement, what's really going on is 1,000 plus 900 plus 80 plus 2. There are 10 completed 100 cycles in 1,000. So structurally becomes 10. Applied to the rest of the equation, it'd be 10 plus 90 plus 80 plus 2 equals 92. Interesting. Riley said, that's okay, John. I think I'm going to be full that day. What? No Matrix girl for Thanksgiving? Mm, I'm just keeping track of time. Let's see when our moose farts will be ready. So, yeah, now's a good time. If you guys want to do readings for each other, just call out that person's screen name. Or if you want me to read for you, just we'll do our super chats and super stickers. Up to you guys. And then and then we'll go make our moose farts, and then we'll come back for our channeled guided meditation, and we'll call it a Sunday. But I'm so happy I was able to do this with you guys. I mean, this is a lot of fun. I'm sure I have other crazy holiday memories to share. I mean, there's technically 44 of them. Although I don't know if I remember my first holiday, but I'm sure it's rattling around in my brain somewhere. It's somewhere in our energy. We never really truly forget anything. Everything is stored. It's like in the cloud, but it's not a cloud. It's the collective consciousness. John says, my wife thinks that's all I eat as a vegan, even though I cook well, omnivore for her, still a chef. Aw, you just gruel. Wow. Um, one of Riley and I, our shared friend, says that I eat rabbit food. I was like, mm-hmm. This is good oatmeal. I was really hungry. Hmm. Um, my number says it's a bit more advanced, but shows the full expression over the reduction method that gets you to the karma or lower number cycles. Interesting. The more you know. Do, do, do. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other like funky holiday stories. Christmas, Thanksgiving. Hmm. Well, I'm trying to think of ones that are internet appropriate. I know that technically we've been a little lewd during this live chat, but really not really. It was just wording that got out of hand. Um, because I do have a lot of good holiday ones. It's just kind of paint my family in not the most pleasant light, but it's funny. I don't want to really put them on blast. So let me see what else is there. Well, I have one that's a birthday one, but we're talking more like holidays. Mm, I remembered one. Okay, so this was Christmas one year. Ooh, I'm gonna have some people to read for. Yay! So I'll make this quick. So Christmas one year, I on Christmas Eve, my brother and I would stay up, and on the radio they would tell you where Santa Claus was spotted. Like Santa Claus was just spotted over St. Louis, or something like that. And we could clearly see Rudolph's red nose blinking in the sky, or like sometimes even the news would have it, and the news would show something up in the sky, like a little comet going across. We'd see the little blinking light, and they'd be like, "There's Santa Claus." And then my mom was like, "You guys better go to bed, because if you don't go to bed, Santa Claus isn't going to come to our house." And we're like, "Okay." So we go to bed, but it would just be so hard. We wouldn't really be able to sleep, the night before. And so I would get up multiple times to go to the bathroom, because if you leave my bedroom, you can look down the hallway towards the Christmas tree and you go into the bathroom. So that way I was like keeping an eye on if I could see, because I knew I wasn't allowed in the living room, but at least I could like go from my bedroom to the bathroom and like look down the hallway, even though it was kind of dark, and be like, is there more presents than usual down there? Is Santa here? Like, so I did my little thing where I got up, was gonna go to the bathroom, and I looked down the hallway, and I could swear that there's a person standing there. There's this dark outline, and I was like, oh! And so like I go into the bathroom, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's somebody in the hallway. And I was like, it's either a ghost or a burglar. And so I come out of the bathroom, and I like poke my head out, and then I look, and it's still standing there. I'm like, oh! And so like I go to my bedroom, and so then I get up to go to the bathroom again, and I think I went like 3 times, and then and there was still something in the hallway, and like my heart's beating, and I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, there's a ghost in the hallway. And I was like, or it's a monster, or it's a burglar, and he just wants to stand in the hallway. And so I'm like waiting for morning. And so morning finally comes, and I hear my brother go, ah! And I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, the burglar has my brother. And so it's like, I don't know, 5:30 in the morning, because we get up early on Christmas because we want to open some presents. And so I get up and I look, and my brother wasn't screaming out of terror. He was screaming with delight, because my dad, sorry, Santa Claus, thought it would be funny to scare the bejesus out of the children and put an inflatable Godzilla in the hallway with the big bow on its head. So there was like this 6'5" Godzilla standing in the hallway, so that every time I looked down the hallway, that outline I was seeing was Godzilla. And my brother was like, "Oh my God, it's Godzilla!" And then I was telling my dad that I thought it was a person in the hallway, and he was like, "Yes." He was like, "Well, I don't know why Santa did that to you." Like, yeah, so that's a holiday story for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a card for my friend Liesel here. Mm-hmm. Mm. Sorry, Lila Phoenix is first, then our friend Liesel. Mm-hmm. Um, let's see. John says rabbits are far AF, fast AF. Yes. And they eat rapid food. Okay, so we have Lilith Phoenix, and then we have Lisa. Lilith says, it's fascinating, mind over number. There's more than meets the surface in numerology. Very Happy Monday says, we are so fresh and so clean. So Lilith was also asking about some more numerology, like 10 plus 90 plus 90 plus 1 for 1991. And my Nova number says, I finally decided to start a blog to share more insights on top of reports and readings. New year, new opportunities. I'm very happy Monday says spooky Christmas. Okay, so Lilith, let's, what deck do I want to use? Let's use the Spirit Animal Oracle. Lilith says, I'd like to know why Karmicville is so invested in knowing about my life, their intention, and how to keep them in the dark and at a distance, excluding the role Pisces played. Pretty please. Okay, let me have another little bite here. Okay, so why is Karmicville so invested in knowing about your life and how to keep them at a distance in the dark? Okay. Because I believe last week we were looking at the go-between between you and Karmicville and what their like intentions were. Okay. Let's tune into Spirit Radio 1111. Really? That's the song? Okay. I'm pretty sure this came off the Jock Jams. Hold on, I'm gonna put that down so I can sit down a little bit. Oh, oh, oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stomping and the jam is pumping. Pump it up a little more, got your booty moving on the dance floor. See where that's where the party's at, and you find out that you ain't got that. I want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. I want a place to stay. Get your body on the floor tonight. Make my day. Make my day. Make my day. Okay, let's see what that song even had to do with your reading. I mean, they usually make sense in the end. It's just kind of, oh, okay. Vulture spirit came up. Oh, okay, so Lilith says the go-between was the Pisces. I see. Okay. Okay, so it says vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. So let's see what this has to do with Karmicville. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out like how that goes. Well, we'll figure out how that goes with the song. But as far as Karmicville, it's like, how do I put this? Wanting to know about you to make themselves feel better. Oh, that's probably why it's like pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stomping. So it's like pump up my ego, pump it up a little more. Get my ego out on the dance floor. So yeah, really Karmicville wants to know like what you're doing, how you're doing, so that it could be twisted around to make them feel better. So like, let's say the go-between finds out that, I don't know, something happened and you've been really upset. And so the little go-between, the little messenger, goes and passes that on to Karmicville. Karmicville's like, I see. So Lilith just can't can't do it without me. Like, well, see, like, you know, that's almost like saying, see, Lilith is getting karma because, you know, so there's that. But let's say things are going really great in your life and you pass that on to the go-between, like things are just wonderful. Then Karmicville would get that and be like, well, see, she's only doing great because of me. You know, the way I left her, I left her on a good foot. You know, all the stuff that I, you know, helped her with, and then this and that, and now she's doing really well. See, that's me. I did that. So it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. They just want to like pump up their ego a little more. It's like if things were going bad in your life, it would be like a see, I told you so, or things are going good in your life. Oh, that's because it was of me. That was me. So the intention is not to hurt you at all, not to like spread rumors. It's really seems like it's almost not about you. It's about inflating their own ego because this person seems very insecure, um, has a hard time understanding who they are, their identity. So their identity is based on people that are in their lives. And so since you are no longer in this person's life, the ego can't handle that. And it's like, well, now I need justification why this person isn't in my life anymore, even if you both don't want to be in each other's lives. This person is just looking for ways to really boost themselves, pump up the jam, basically. um let's see what else I get. Okay. So when I was like, so how can Lilith kind of keep that energy at a distance? Well, taking into account last week's reading, I think I was saying, just kind of going inwards and just like healing any of the things that might correspond with, let's say, the messenger or karmic bill. Like, any time in your life you felt that your identity was based on the perspective of other people. Maybe that hasn't happened since you were a teenager, but it's still something that needs attention. Not to punish teenage Lilith, but to go in and help her to see, the wonderful woman that she's grown into. And so we go and heal that, and then therefore that cord isn't just like dangling out in the wilderness, like waiting for somebody to be like, hey, I got that cord too. And then they sync up and they become a part of you. So, if you heal that cord gets disconnected, that's not something they can really like quote unquote feed on anymore. But also, it was like I was being shown the way I used to divulge information to my students when I was a teacher. I barely divulged any personal information, if at all, to my students. I try to keep it classroom friendly and just like talk about like what we're doing. But of course, teenagers are very uh, they really like to dig in there and they really want to know about their teachers. They want to know if for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's like for the rumorville or gossipville, but they want to know about your life. So I would say it would sound like I'm saying a lot about myself when I'm really saying nothing. So that's something that you could practice too. When you know that there are people who might want to pass on that information and you don't want them to, you could say a lot about yourself without saying really anything at all. So it's like, hey, Lilith, what's going on with you? Oh, well, things have been up and down, but things have been going really great. But things have been going, sometimes some things have been pretty sticky, but I've had some good friends to help me out along the way. But also, I've been celebrating some of the wonderful things that came into my life. How about you? Because you just said like a bunch of nothing. So it's an art form, so you might want to practice that in front of the mirror. Like, how do I say a whole lot that means nothing? So you can do that too. And you'll find that even though you're not really passing on any information, the little Pisces go between is going to pass that on, and somehow karmicville is going to take a lot of, oh, she's had ups and downs in her life, eh? Well, that's because of me, but also that's what she gets. Like, what? So it's going to get twisted no matter what the information is. So you might as well have fun with it. You could say a lot of nothing. You could get really creative. You could turn it into like a short story, like a creative short essay if you wanted to, and how you express the things going on in your life. So I would say, not to worry too much about what's going on with karmicville. This person's really worried about you, apparently, but you don't have to be so worried about them. I would say have fun, because the more joy and light you put into it with having fun, and the less it bothers you, the more they don't have really anything to attach to anymore. That you transmute that energy. But if you're having this energy of like, oh my gosh, what else do you want to know about me? And they're like, oh my gosh, what else do I need to know about her? Then that connection sticks. But if you decide, you know what, I don't really care. I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to tell them that I made out with Godzilla, you know, and then that will get passed on. And at some point that connection dissolves because it's not in alignment anymore. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I like vulture spirit when vulture comes in. Let me go up here. Lisa says that she pulled the high priestess for the collective. I like that. All right. And Lilith says, oh, 101, doesn't it turn into 11 by default? And Lilith said, vultures, all right. Adriana, actually, we are doing super chats and super stickers. However, I've also, for today, since we're doing a giving of thanks, Thanksgiving meal with our meals here. If you would like to have somebody in the chat pull a card for you, but also you have to pull a card in return, or if you get downloaded messages, just so there's reciprocity. But yeah, I'm encouraging you guys to read for each other, but also I am more than happy to read for you guys as well. Let's see. Okay. Let's go back up here. Lisa says, can you channel Guinevere for me, please? I always love your channel messages from her. I'd be more than happy to. Let's see if Guinevere has some music on Spirit Radio FM. And then, yeah, okay. Let's see. Mind Over Number is talking about all this wonderful numerology stuff. I love that. Riley says, I think they should marry the camel. Maybe I lost something along the way here. Okay, and then Lilith says, whoa, the delusional be delusioning. But hey, for some people that's a really, really fun place. Okay, so let's tap into Guinevere for Liesel. And let's see if there's any music that we need to hear. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here. In the arms of the angel, where you find some comfort here. Oh, what a beautiful song, Liesel. Okay. As you may have found yourself now, stepping out of what must have been molasses or tar around your feet, entering into something that seemed quite scary on the surface, blinding maybe, fearing what was behind that light, just as we may equate a deer in front of a car and the last thing it sees are the headlights. There is that fear that the light was somehow dangerous. But as your eyes adjusted, you realize the brilliance of your surroundings and the brilliance of yourself. That it was your own light, reflected like a mirror, as a million tiny feathers fall all around you. The feathers of your own wings. Sometimes we attribute it to spirit, to other angels, always distancing ourselves. But those feathers, those wings belong to someone else. They belong to some other angel. But the angel is within you. And I know it's not always easy to see sometimes when the light is in our eyes. But just remember, when that fear creeps in, that's just the mirror reflecting back at you. And every angel, every being knows what it's like to be in the muck, in the mire, feet feeling as if they'll never be free, feeling as though that molasses is dark and slow moving and I'll never be out of it. But the thing about things is that they never last forever. They might be slow, and sometimes time is imperceivable in how far you've gone. But moving you do. And we your own soul included, are proud of you. You haven't gained your wings, you've rediscovered them. All right. Let's, wow, Lisa, let's pull a card just for a little confirmation on that one. Ooh, snake spirit, time to heal. Well, if that isn't a death and rebirth card, moving from what I was envisioning was like this, like mud or like this really thick mud, but then it was like on the other side was just like blinding sunshine. That's like the ultimate death and rebirth. And if you think about it, in many of the headpieces of the pharaohs, they had that cobra there, which was connected to one of the deities. I don't think it was Kepra. I forget the name of the snake deity, but that was a representation of like the ultimate in power, where you're never in one state for too long. You can always change in that state. You're able to regenerate, you're able to heal, you're able to shed. That was seen as like very powerful thing. So very awesome. Yay, Liesel. Liesel has a heart over there. Yay. Let's see. John says, Adriana, oh yeah, that I was doing the readings for donation. But the whole chat is here. You guys can read for each other, of course. Mind Over Number says, we finally learned, y'all, don't live at the school and have your own kids. Former student. Yep. Lilith says, thank you, Tara. That helps soothe the mind a bunch. You are very welcome, my friend. John says, are you the high priestess, Adriana? Because that's right. Liesel had pulled the high priestess card. So Adriana, that could be you. And Liesel says, oh my days, this is awesome. Yes, it all makes sense. I'm very happy for you. Yay. Lilith says, I broke free of the stronghold of the feline and pulled the King of Wands, the 10 of Wands reversed, the 6 of Wands, right away for the weak energy. Wow. That's a lot of Wands energy. To go along with that cup energy, well, fire and water makes steam, maybe. That's awesome. Mind Over Number said, happy to help, Lilith. John says, anyone want to read for me, or do I need to call someone out? Yeah, you guys call each other out. Ooh, how's my tea? Okay. Aw. By the way, this is spicy floral. If you could have a spicy flower, that would be this. It's like the tiniest hint of that star anise. Oh, hello, everyone. Mixed in with the cinnamon, which gives it that little bit of spicy kick, but also I can taste like a little bit of the earthy fruitiness of the elderberry, kind of bringing down the spice levels of the cinnamon and the star anise, which gives it a unique mix. And then let me see if I can taste the rose. So I feel like the rose is just creating like this like calming, I don't know how, there's a calming taste, but there's a calming taste. Oh, hello. Hi, how are you? Hello. How's it going? This is Liam, by the way. If you guys haven't met Liam. And then that little one that just ran off, that was Inky. And of course, you guys have met Vader before. So Vader, Liam, and Inky are brothers and sister. And then you guys have met Charlie. Charlie finally found his forever home. He's here, but he will be adopted into his forever home after Christmas, I believe. I believe it was in December. Yeah, so after Christmas. Yeah, Charlie found a home. There's some people that thought he was just absolutely adorable, because he is. He's a wonderful little guy. He's very smart, very fun and playful. Lots of energy, but yeah, he looks like he found the family. So I'm happy for him. Let's see. Lilith says, John, I'll pull you if you want to pull me. I'll do you if you do me. Okay, so Lilith says 4 of fire, 7 of fire, 3 of earth, elemental of fire, 5 of water, Book of Shadows tarot deck. Ooh, I used to have that deck. That deck's awesome. Wonderful cards. Very Happy Monday says the tea sounds yum. John is like, heck yeah. Lilith and he are going to read for each other. Mind over numbers said Liam wanted to taste. He did. He wanted to taste it right out of my mouth. Very Happy Monday said, aw, Liam, Vader, and Inky, sweet. And John said, oh, he's graduating. Congrats. So yes, Charlie's going off to his new home. Okay. I'll bring my cards with me, but I think it's about time to roll our balls into moose farts. And then afterwards, we'll do our channel guided meditation. And yeah, we'll call it a happy Sunday. Let me finish my oatmeal real quick. It's so good. I don't mean to do the sign for sorry, but maybe I am. Sorry, not sorry. that I get to have some, but I just can't share. So. If you guys are eating or drinking something, let me know what you guys got going on over there. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring my moose farts over here. So I'll be right back. How are we doing, little farts? Ooh, that'll do. Maybe I want to put this on a dish. Okay. Here we come. Okay. It's solidified, y'all. Okay. So I'm going to make a little room down here so you guys can see what's going on. Paper towels because it's a hands-on experience. Let's see. John says, do you have a question or do you want to pull for each other blind? Lilith. Lilith says, I was going in blind. My number says, I have my Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle if someone wants me to pull a card for them. And John says, so that huge spread is for me? Oh, wow. So yeah, somebody wants Mind Over Number to pull you a card, and then you can pull a card for Mind Over Number. That would be fantabulous. You guys are so awesome. I'm so glad I get to have my little Thanksgiving meal with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna point the camera down so you can see what's shaking here. Well, first there's the tea, and that's good. Okay. I'll put the plate over here because we're gonna put our balls on this plate, our moose farts. Okay. Maybe I should take my rings off. Honey. Okay. Well, let me give a little moose fart to Riley, and then he'll tell you what he thinks it tastes like. Hold on. You gotta roll it in the crumbs. So it looks just like that.
It tastes like grandma's having me morsels that haven't been cooked and have coconut in them. It tastes really good.
Okay.
I'll have another.
Oh, all right. It would taste that. It tasted terrible, I see. Okay, so you guys just into a little ball like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let me make a little ball. I want to taste. I've made none for nobody else. We're just going to eat all of these. Okay, so let me roll it in the little dust here. Inky, this is not doggy food. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna have one. Oh, that's good. Mmm. Mmm. But you guys, you really do need to make them into small balls because my gosh, that's sweet. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just like Riley. Okay. So got that in a little ball. Okay. And if you want this to be a little bit more firm, just leave it longer in the refrigerator. There's going to be none left for anybody else. Yeah, but just little tiny balls, you guys. John said, pretty cloth. Ah, yes. And John said, Guy Fieri would keep the rings on. Dude, that guy's got... It's like I only made one. Dude, Guy Fieri, I'm like, wow, how can you cook with all that metal on? Maybe because I'm a messy cook and I just get everything all monkey funky. You want to try one? There's going to be none on this plate. Is it good? Yeah, okay. That was Riley's sister coming by, telling me these are also A-okay. Sorry, pups. This is not puppy food. It's people food. Let's see. Silver Star says, hello, beautiful Tara. Chatters, good day. Happy holidays, darling. I'm lurking. Well, lurk away, my friend. I'm happy to have you. So happy you're here. No. Sorry, Inky. I'm just making my moose farts. And then I'll probably put this plate in the fridge just to keep these solid. I keep wanting to make bigger balls, but you probably don't want to. Well, I mean, you could, but you probably have a diabetes fit, you know? So, let's see. Lila says, it's really giving me emotions over possessions kind of vibe. Silver Star Priestess, I thought I spotted you on Robin's stream the other day. She said, perhaps something to do with closeness of the holidays, spending time with loved ones above gift giving, John. Ah, guys doing your readings for each other. I love it. Mind Over Number says, we need to rework the moose name, though. Somebody said, okay, somebody was trying to rework their name. They said if you coated them in chocolate, they would be moose sharks. Oh my gosh. Lola says, Riley is applying for a slap marathon. Riley says, get in line, Lilith. I'm waiting. This is definitely something fun that could be done with your children's. If you have your chitlins, as my best friends would say, that they would call them their chitlins. If you got your little chitlins with you, this would be fun. Also fun all by yourself. Also, you could get stoned to do it, and that would be fun too. It'd probably come out a little funky though. At least for me, I'd bake a lot more slowly when I got a certain herb in my system. Like there was one time I was making cookies and I realized I must have been standing there staring at the cookie sheet for like 10 minutes, not doing anything, just trying to think about what the next step was. I was like, oh yeah, parchment paper. And then I was like, whoa, maybe I went too far. We've gone too far. We know too much. Whoa. Silver Star says, yes, love Robin. And Riley says, the problem with children is you got to share your moose farts. That is a problem, yes. Lewis says, Riley, the page of slappages. The page of slappages. I love that. I'm finally starting to make a nice little moose fart ring over here. And there it went. Don't take all of them. Oh. You're not going to have any room for your pudding.
You can't have any pudding if you don't eat
You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat.
How can you have pudding?
Yeah. Oh, this is starting to get a little soft. I might have to put this back in the fridge. Oh well. Well, I'll make one more for myself before I put this in the fridge. I can finish making these later this evening, but you can see it's starting to get real sticky and stuff. I just okay. Put that. Okay. Oh wait, this this one's going in my mouth. Oh. Okay. Well. Hold on, let me finish. John said the Empress facing left, bottom of the deck. 10 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 7 of Coins, 10 of Coins, and the King of Swords facing right. Using the Trionfo de la Luna, I have the blue version. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have to clean off my fingers with my mouth, so hold on. That is good. My friend Tone would say, that is slap your mama good. I don't know why mama always gets slapped when something's good. He would go like, what? Slap your mama. What? Okay, I got one hand clean. Okay. All right, now we can wipe our hands. I just don't want to get my cards muggy. Okay. Very Happy Monday says, I pulled from the Fortune Oracle for Terrace Collective, 26 Plane, a physical metaphorical journey afoot, and for birth, universal energy brings opportunity and possibility. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Dragonfly. Ooh, or 8 Dragonfly. Oh, I love that. Physical metaphorical journey, opportunity and possibility, and the Dragonfly. I think that goes well with our reading as well. I think that's wonderful. Thank you. Lilith says he just became the king of tiny wee bollages. Very Happy Monday says that explains the decreasing birth rate, Riley. Not enough moose farts to go around. Lilith says not too shabby Mondays. And John says this looks initially like conflict, but it feels like 2 people per 2 groups with their own abundance coming together with plenty of choice to go around. Nice. Riley says, Lilith seems to have me confused with someone else. All right. So you guys, I have to pop this back in the refrigerator because it was starting to get a little soft, but they will, I mean, there will be a stack of them, obviously, when I'm all done with this. But yeah, they're just going to look just like that. Just roll them in the graham cracky. Okay, so let me quickly go. Graham cracker. That's good stuff. Okay, let me quickly throw these things back into the refrigerators. Ooh, okay. Do. Well, you can't have any, Inky. Your din is later. Okay, so let me make room. I guess I'll just leave my spoon in there. Throw this plate on top. Perfect. Okay. They're in the fridge. Okay. Ta-da. All right. Well, this has been a fun live chat with you guys. Got to make our little holiday Thanksgiving oatmeal. And, well, hey, Inky, do you want to say hi to the peoples? No? Oh. And we had our little experimental tea, which actually turned out pretty good. And we got to make some moose farts. So I'm really happy about that. It's a very simple recipe. Hopefully a lot of you guys already have some of those ingredients in your pantry somewhere. Yeah. I'm sorry, you cannot have any. So, all right. And thank you to everybody who let me, excuse me, I'm just burping up moose fart. Thank you to everybody who let me read for them. And I'm so happy you guys are still reading for each other, which continue to do so. Like, don't stop on my behalf.
What smells worse, moose farts or moose fart burps?
He asked what smells worse, moose farts or moose fart burps. I think they both smell good. Anyway, they're in the fridge, solidifying. I guess they won't have a chance to get cold in there. Some people in this house are going to eat them all. Well, I'm glad you like them.
They're okay.
He said they're just okay. And his sister says they're wonderful. And Inky would like them, but as you know, Inky cannot have any. She could take in the essence. Yes, take in the essence. All right. Well, thank you for letting me read for you guys. I am so over the moon that you guys were able to read for each other as well. And let's go ahead and do our channel guided meditation. And let's keep the focus on the giving of thanks, Thanksgiving. Again, yes, it's a holiday in America, but also I think it's something that everybody around the world does in some form or another. It's that giving of thanks. You know, what are we thankful for? Thankful for our friends, our family, thankful for the breath in our lungs, thankful for the clothes on our back, the foods on our plates, the roofs over our heads, maybe thankful for the freedoms that you have in your countries, your different countries. Thankful for maybe some of the things that you have, the experiences that you've had, the ups and the downs, all the lessons that were all for your growth. Thankful for all of those things. Let's see here. Very happy Monday says hugs to Inky. And Lila says it was short and sweet, very to the point. Thank you, John. I think yours was pretty accurate as well. Awesome. And John says, thank you, mind over number. I remember not to neglect my partner. And Lila says, with people, you mean Riley? Yeah. John saying thank you to Lila. Silver Star says, Unless you know they're going to be your secret. Oh, yes. Those are going to be my secret pleasure. I think everybody's. Um, John said, thank you, Riley and Tara. Lilith says, very welcome, John. I hope your holidays are heartwarming. Silver Star says, grateful for you, Tara. To all of you, have a beautiful holiday. Same to you, my friend. Mwah. Okay, let's do a meditation. Let's leave on some healing. So I'm going to get out of the way so you guys can focus on maybe the fireplace back here. And maybe Inky, you can focus on Inky if you'd like. Very happy Monday says, thanks to everyone sharing this lovely moment together. Thankful for Tara and her lovely supportive team. Thank you. And Lilith says, you missed the best part of the chat, a bit more up. Did I? Gosh. I mean, a lot, kind of a lot's happened since then. Lilith says, I don't know. I don't want to know. Do not attempt to prove me wrong. Oh, I see. You guys are so silly. That's why I like hanging out with you guys. um, no. Good girl. All right. Let's see. Lilith says, oh yeah, there was that part. Mind over number says, much love to everyone. And John was saying, it's only a little bit more up. Well, I'll have to reread it in the replay. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to take my tea with me and my outfit. You guys didn't get to see the whole thing. All right. So I'll have that pointed at the fireplace, and you can focus on that happy little fire over there. Inky, you gonna sit with me and help me with this meditation? Okay. Let me finish drinking my tea. Okay. Go ahead and find yourselves a nice, comfortable space, a place you will be undisturbed for the next several minutes. You could be laying in your bed, sitting in a chair, perhaps seated on the floor on a pillow. Maybe you're lying underneath your favorite tree, whichever place is most comfortable for you. And as you start to kind of wiggle your body around, finding that cozy position, go ahead and bring your awareness to your breath. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest. You can place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. And let's go ahead and give ourselves a nice big inhale. Feeling that go all the way in, down the esophagus, down into our lungs, filling up our diaphragm, filling up our stomach, feeling that light and that energy moving to our limbs, our fingers, our eyes, our hair, our cells, our bones, everywhere into our body, just filling it with rejuvenating light, and then release that air and everything that no longer serves you, every ache, pain, and worry, just released in that breath, and continue breathing in deeply, filling yourself with that light, and then exhaling all that no longer serves you, but giving thanks for it having been there. Because everything at some point in time was needed for our education, for our growth, our expansion, our perspective of ourselves, of the world around us. And so we realize that all these different past versions of ourselves, they're all just learning. All those versions needed what they had at the time. They needed those experiences. They needed those people, whether we consider those experiences good or bad. we now have perspective here in this present moment. So as you continue breathing, I want you to try a different intention this time as you inhale. As you have been filling yourself with that beautiful light, rejuvenating everything, making it feel strong and wonderful again. And we can think of all the blessings in our life as a part of this light. So as you breathe in, I want you to breathe in all your gratitudes, perhaps breathing in an experience that you have, breathing in your parents, breathing in your best friend, breathing in the family dog, breathing in your kitty cat, breathing in the gratitude for your home, for a full belly, for a closet full of clothes, for the ability to travel, for the ability to smile, maybe for the ability to raise your arms above your head, for the ability to both see light and shadow in all things, for the ability to feel balance with Gaia, for the ability to feel the Creator. Breathe in all that you feel grateful for, thankful for, blessed for. They need not be tangible. It could be a thought, an experience, a belief. And as you exhale, exhale all the things that perhaps don't serve you anymore, but at one point did. So maybe those friends that we're no longer friends with, all of our exes, all of the towns that we vowed never to visit again, but we needed them at some point in time. And let us be thankful for our ability to see the reason that we needed them. Maybe it was for expansion, maybe it was for perspective. Maybe we needed to learn something about ourselves. Maybe it was to meet someone in an unfortunate situation. Whatever it may be, continue your breath in this way. Breathing in all your present gratitudes and breathing out with gratitude all that no longer serves you. You might even begin to feel a tingling in your hands, where your hand is over your heart and your belly. If you begin to feel a mixture of emotions coming to the surface, that is okay. We came to this planet to experience these emotions, so let them flow. Continue breathing. And as you focus on your gratitudes and the release of past gratitudes, I want to remind you that I am grateful for you. And that although in this medium, I cannot physically see your faces, I feel each and every one of you. And I am grateful. So when you are ready, go ahead and bring your awareness back into your body. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. And maybe even have yourself a little stretch. Oh my goodness, I have an inky on my lap. Hold on. Let me make my way back over. Making my way downtown. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today with our KWT Thanksgiving. And if you guys want in the chat, I know there were some people that were doing readings for each other. If you guys want to share like emails that you don't mind everybody in the chat seeing your email, but if you wanted to share emails with each other, you could. Also, I know some of you are on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. So if you want to put your Instagram handle and have other people find you there, and you guys want to maybe continue in the Thanksgiving cheer reading for each other, you can do that. Or maybe you guys can find some brand new pen pals and make some new friends here. That would just be lovely. So I will put the tea recipe that you guys were my inspiration for me to create. I'll put that in the description. The moose farts recipe is also in the description if you wanted to make your own. And I thank you guys so much. Let's see. Let's go back here and read some of your last comments. Lisa says, thanks for having me. Blessings from the mountains of North Wales. Stay blessed. 856 50X says, hi, Tara. Hey, hey. Very happy Monday says the glamour of it all. Lilith says, thank you everybody in chat. Y'all are super awesome and make Sundays fun. Always looking forward to spending time with y'all. Lilith says, it's Peter Pan time. Yes, we're going to fly off. John says, Lisa pulled an ace of swords. Feel like it was meant for you. Okay. I'll take that in. And Very Happy Monday says, much love, abundant blessings, everybody. And John says, it's from someone whose name starts with a C, I think. Interesting. All right. So like I said, if you guys want to hang out on the grams, or you guys are on a different social media and you want to share your info with each other, make some new friends outside of YouTube here, or if you guys want to have some pen pal goodness, or when you guys want to continue reading for each other, then by all means, go ahead and do so. And in the meantime, I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your Sunday. I hope that you have a fabulous week. And I'm going to go munch on some moose farts, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Happy Thanksgiving. Peace out. Bye, guys.